Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games, and it is time for the first battle of the Egyptian campaign. We are going to be attacking Demetrius here in Damascus. He's only got a couple of militia hoplites and some pell stats, but I do have to watch out because there's a family member in there, and if I'm not careful, we do have to remember that my Nubian spearmen have very poor morale, and my guy has less command stars than him, so I got to be careful about making sure that they do not rout. Still, this should be a relatively easier battle. Now, if you've been watching my Medieval 2 Total War series, something that you're probably going to start noticing pretty quick here, I anticipate that the battles in this series are going to go a little bit slower. See if the speech is any good. Yeah! Woo! Is that it? Is that the whole speech? Yay! That it? Yeah, that's it. Unless you're Roman, the speeches that are given by the generals usually are not as good. Okay, so let's figure out exactly what I am going to do here. I think we're going to get some of these units, and we're going to redeploy them on one of these side gates, since all four of them are open. And I think it's going to be this one, because I don't like this big opening here. So I want to keep it compacted. So we're going to... There we go. Alright, now over here, let's move up the phalanxes, and that's it. Okay, so they have left their front door open. Well, alright then. Sounds good to me. What's going on over here? Over here are some militia hoplites. Let's go ahead and get my bowmen closer so they can start hitting them. Also, let me zoom in on the mini-map a little bit more. I don't know why some people leave it zoomed out. I like using the mini-map. It keeps me aware of what's going on a little bit better. Although, sometimes when I'm fighting the Seleucids here, or Seleucids, depending on how you want to pronounce it, and I really don't like how their gray pops up on the map in this particular terrain. But this is their general, Demetrius, right here. Right there. There he is. The militia hoplites here in the middle. So that means the pell stats are over here? Yes, so I could, it looks like I'm in a pretty good position. I just need to be careful about watching him when he's going to charge in. In fact, what I think I'm going to do here is we're going to take these guys out of the phalanx formation and rush them inside quickly so that they can form their spear wall up against this alley in case he decides to charge. Alright, we've already got some walls captured. That was pretty quick. Uh-oh, getting hit with some tower fire. Alright, just get right here, that's it. Okay, the militia hoplites over here are already retreating. Very good. Okay, so it already looks like they're retreating to the town center, which is going to be very good for me. Yeah, I'm not sure where they're going. How's it looking over here? Pretty good. Okay, you see, so this is what I was talking about, how it's going to go a little bit slower. How are these guys coming through? Because, especially during the siege battles, you kind of do have to go a little bit slower than you do in Medieval 2 Total War so that you're not taking some unnecessary amount of casualties. You see, here they come. So we're not going to go inside yet since the militia hoplites have arrived. Let's keep an eye on where everybody is. Okay, yeah, that's enough. You can stop now. How's that going to turn out? No. See, I have to be very careful about how I position these Nubians because And it is Nubians. Somebody in the comments was saying that I'm pronouncing Nubian wrong. I've literally never in my entire life heard it any other way than that. I mean, how else would it be pronounced? Nubian or something? Okay. Yep. Some nice arrow fire right in their backs. They're unhappy about taking the casualties. I suppose I would be too. Down to less than 100. Okay, so now, once again, we're going to drop the phalanx, rush them inside, and just slowly start to put the squeeze. I'm not sure why they're keeping their skirmishers way over here at this gate. The AI, that is. That's really the only unit that can inflict some casualties on me with at the moment. Okay. So the whole idea here, what I'm going for, is that my phalanx units are going to just form a wall while my ranged units will begin to, use their missiles on the general's bodyguard and the militia hoplites and stuff. And the point is to just generally harass the enemy. Let's see, where's this guy going to position? Just harass them, and then if they in a desperation attempt to charge, there's going to be a wall of spears waiting for them. So that's the whole concept here. There's no need to rush on this kind of a battle. Alright, now they actually are starting to move the Pel stats in. Okay. These guys could be a little bit more organized, get those spears down, kind of lock up a bit more. Phalanxes could be tricky. Okay, who's you see? They seem to be charging with Pel stats, which is very strange. They're not going to get very far against these Nubians, although a couple of them have pulled out their swords, which actually is not necessarily the worst thing in the world inherently. Although I do have some skirmishers way up there for some reason. But we'll go ahead and start shooting them with our arrows. And it shouldn't be long until they're distraught. You see, they're also being frightened by my chariots, so just by having my general nearby, it's lowering their morale. Here comes the general's bodyguard, though. Here he comes, but we have a double layer of phalanx, and he's trying to go through his own Pel stats right now. Things should be okay, and also my chariots do come with archers of their own, so they can, contribute a little bit here. Okay, let's get a little rallying horn going, because my front line, they're steady, though they don't love that they're taking casualties. Their general is right up front here. Alright, let's also stop these guys for right now. And get my bowmen shooting those militias. Alright, they are pressing through. The general's bodyguard is basically the best cavalry they've got available for a while. Come on, hold on now. Yeah, the whole front rank is routing, but that's okay. They're a cheap unit. They're easily retrainable. I would hope they would at least gotten a chevron or something, but I think overall things are just fine right now. Okay, now he's beginning to rout. Very nice. Hopefully, I would hope that, these units quit fleeing, but no, I think they're broken. They're good and broken. They're not coming back anytime soon. Okay, so let us continue to march forward. Don't have that great an angle of fire right now. Yeah, the Nubians are not exactly the most organized phalanx unit in the world, but things are going well. Let's see, they've lost almost half their men. I've lost only about 13%. All right, let's get a little closer and stop once again. Keep them in guard mode. Keep them organized. Come on. Okay. Okay, stop the bowman. And there you go. Pick your targets, boys. There's only 28 Pell stats left, so there's nothing I have to worry about too much there. But now the worst is behind me already. Now what I really love is if they could all rout while they're still outside of the town square, but I don't think that's going to happen. I might have to actually kill everybody here. Only 44 militia hoplites going up against 160 Nubians, and they've completely lost unit cohesion. Yeah, it's bad, and they're broken. And you see, I think this is what's just going to start happening is we're going to have a case of they're just cycle routing where they attack me, they rout, they run, they recover in the town square, they try to attack me again, and the whole time my bowmen are just going to be attacking them. So it's not a good place to be in for them. In fact, we can go ahead and go to double speed now. You see, they're routing. It's just the worst possible situation that they could be in. Let's keep moving my general up. Keep his morale bonuses nearby. Because, you know, they do have poor morale, my Nubian spearmen. I'm actually surprised that the unit that, this 31 unit one that's already outside the city, I'm surprised it held on as long as it did, all things considered. I mean, they did lose the majority of their men. Come on. Just have a little bit of trouble marching through these streets here. Okay, stop. But my army will be much more flexible down the line once I can build some things like Desert Axemen. Oh yeah, they're being torn to pieces. Skirmishers are doing good here. We're about to take control of the town square. There's only a couple of these militia hoplites. A little better than peasants who've just been given a shield. But uh-oh! Oh, clever girls. The Seleucid general is attempting a flanking maneuver right now, but I have taken control of the town center. Okay, wait, stop. You come right here. Advance forward. And they're gonna all die here pretty soon, pretty quickly, I think. Whoa, stop, stop, stop. And I think that's everybody. No, there's one here. 4 units of generals, bodyguards still running around. The general himself, Demetrius, is still alive, but they've just gotten in among the phalanxes now. There he is, fighting to the very last. I mean, I guess that's inspiring, but ultimately pointless. Okay, I think we have to actually just turn. Let's just turn off phalanx and let them pull out their knives and stab him to death. Stab, 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 stab. Well, this is getting rather embarrassing. What is going on here? Attack him! Alright, his bodyguard is down. It's just him left. Swinging away with his sword. There he goes. That puts me back in charge of the town center. In fact, I've won the battle. I do not believe there's any ones left. Yes. Okay, so it took a little bit more casualties than I had wanted at the beginning there, but if we look at the battle statistics, okay, we did get a fair amount of casualties healed, so that's pretty good, and I didn't lose any units, none of them were completely destroyed. And that's actually really important when you're playing Rome Total War, for those of you who haven't played this game before. Let's see, I could enslave them. We'll just go ahead and occupy them. Because, alright, let's take a look at my army here. As you can see, I still have the same amount of unit cards, but I have taken some damage. For example, this Nubian spear unit is down to 61. But if I look at the town, they do have a basic Greek barracks. So I could build Nubian spearmen now. But what I could instead do is actually retrain this unit at a cost, and it will put them back up to 100% fighting capability. And then, if I wanted, I can make a brand new one, and it is still just going to take 1 turn. Alternatively, I could actually rebuild every single one of these units and still make a new Nubian Spearman unit. So that's the power of retraining units in Rome Total War. So I actually don't have a problem with units being beat up or even routing. In fact, I'd much prefer a unit routes than it fight to the death, for example, because I could retrain a unit that routes with men still intact. So it's not a big deal if that happens. Oh, and Fahotep here. Although I'm pretty sure it's Ptahhotep. I'm just going to call him Hotep for short. Has got another command star. So this young, well, relatively young, 36-year-old, he's already at 2 command stars. And I think the best is yet to come for him. Let's make some skirmishers here. Salamis, still don't really have any plans for this place. Maybe I should build a shrine to Isis, goddess of motherhood and healing and whatnot, so I could just build a nice port up there as soon as possible. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Also lower this tax rate a little bit. Financially, where's that going to put me next turn? Basically just going to break even, but I haven't even built anything down here yet. So maybe I'll just build a peasant unit here, and then we're going to keep marching north. Can I move these guys to Sidon yet? No. So after these paved roads are done, I'll move however many skirmishers and slingers and stuff that I've built in Jerusalem up to Sidon all at once. I do have this rebel army here, which I do not like. I do want to deal with that eventually, but I might just wait. Okay, the militia barracks is done. Can't really build anything here yet. Yeah, it's going to become vital to my economy because of the way I'm playing that I take roads as fast as possible. So let's just go into the next turn. Alright, so a turn has passed, and if we go over here to Damascus, my units have all been healed, except for my skirmisher. Oh, I should have sent the spy north last turn, actually. So are there any retaliatory armies coming? There is this Seleucid family member here. We have Bias of Sidon. So he was born in Egypt, or Egyptian-held territory anyway. He's got only 21 years old, and he's got a 5 command star. You see, maybe it's generals like that kind of scare me, and it makes me wonder if I should probably build some assassins down the line, but I'm not really in a position to do that at the moment. But I am the most advanced and largest faction in the world. Now, large does not necessarily mean richest. Okay, we've got a lot of new men coming in, mostly in Damascus. Shrine to Isis is complete over here in Salamis. So Salamis is at 1,700 and change population, getting a 4% growth. They should be able to grow pretty quickly. Might just go ahead and build this trader here now. And I'll just leave it alone. Now, I could lower the taxes here to make them grow even faster. Financially, where am I right now? I am projected to make a profit. Let's take a look at roads. What is the situation here? Okay. You see, now roads is tricky. Roads is something I am actually going to have to siege down. But there is a ship here, the Greek Navy, with a few units. So what I might want to do is just wait a turn, let them, go away, go somewhere else, and then siege down Rhodes while it just has 2 units inside of it. Let me take a look at also what's going on over here at Halicarnassus. It actually is pretty well defended because there is a rebel army on the outside. So yeah, we're just going to sit here outside of Halicarnassus, wait for this Greek navy to leave, and then we're going to attack that large town. What else could we be doing? Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to... Well, let's spy on this guy. I don't think I'll be able to sneak past this army. But I could try by waiting a turn. Some roads would be nice. And let's see, down here in Sidon, I'm just really spamming the Nubian infantry right now. Nubian spearmen, that is, because that's essentially the best I could build right now. Although I am only 3 turns away. Oh wait, no, I'm building those stables. That's right. I was building the stables so I could start to build some desert cavalry and make my army more maneuverable besides my general. Because while having a ton of phalanxes could be okay for a city battle, not so much in an open field. Okay, Horus. The people are upset. Why are they so upset? Tax penalty. So if I bring this down, still the tax penalty. They're living in squalor. Maybe I should build some sewers right now. Takes 2 turns. Temple of Horus might be better. Although, I am pretty close to the Temple of Helicarnassus, which is one of the seven wonders of the world. I mean, the mausoleum, which, no, this reduces my building construction time. I could have sworn that there was a wonder that makes it cheaper to build religious units. Like religious buildings. Or do I already own that? Pharos Lighthouse. What was it? Is it the Hanging Gardens of Babylon? No, that's farm income. I could have sworn there was a religious one. Okay, so there's the Hanging Gardens here. The pyramids. That's loyalty. The lighthouse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, here we go. It's the Temple of Artemis. Okay. So that's held by the Seleucids, but they do have a decent sized force here. So we are going to focus on taking Rhodes, then Halicarnassus, and then if the time is right, we will try to take the Temple of Artemis here, because I do have lots of temples and I want to be building lots of temples. All right. Meanwhile, can I move this entire army outside of the city? Yes, I can, and they don't get too upset about it. All right. So we're gonna pivot over here. We're gonna get on the road. And bring some reinforcements up to help out Hotep here. And I could build a fort. It would make things more defensible. Bias of Sidon is not in a position here to attack Damascus. I am a little bit worried about his cavalry forces, particularly those Numidian spearmen. the Numidian missile cavalry, although they will run out of missiles relatively quickly. Still 2 turns away from those stables being done. So, let's see. Thebes needs to be brought under control. And in Memphis, we'll go ahead and... yeah, we'll do the Temple of Horus. Yeah, I think that's what's going to be best for everybody. And in Alexandria, I'm already building something. I know I'm spending a fair amount of time on the campaign map, but I'm trying to get things in order right now before the real wars begin. Also, let's get some... we're going to offer some trade rights. We're going to offer map information. Actually, I would like their map information. And let's ask the Numidians for some money before I stab them in the back. Okay. Oh, awesome. They did it. Great. So that's gonna turn back on them pretty soon. Their army is way too far away to help out with this large town, which appears to not even have any walls, interestingly enough. That was a mistake on their part. Okay, so we'll go ahead and attack Siwa here, but first... let's make some more... let's have more units queued up here to deal with those rebels. Whoa! Sorry, I right-clicked outside of the window. My bad about that. Fixed it really quick. And... yeah, we just have to continuously be spamming these military units. I know they're not very good, but that's why we need a lot of them right now. Okay, let's attack Siwa. And then, as you can see, Numidia, they've only have Libya here, and then the Carthaginians and rebel-held territories are in between, as well as the Scipii, who are going to probably be attacking them eventually. So I could take this with virtually no consequences, because they're not going to be in any sort of position to attack me back. A lot of Pell stats and a family member, not really any infantry. So I'll probably take a decent amount of casualties here just from the missile fire as I move in slowly. But I'm not going to be... it's nothing that I can't rebuild, as I've already demonstrated. It's very easy to retrain units, especially when they're low-level units like what I have right now. That's fantastic. Alright, now, I also have the peasants here, 2 units of peasants that I specifically brought along to, absorb missile fire. So, let's see, what do we got here? We've got some Libyan mercenaries, peasants, Nubian spearmen. I don't have as many spearmen as I would like. Could take some Numidian mercenaries of my own. Alright, so this is going to be a flanking force. This is something that I'm sure, especially if you've seen my other series, this is something I'd like to do. have a backup, have a side force to kind of stretch out the enemy when it goes into these sort of battles, when I'm just attacking a village or something. Very different looking village, almost looks like concrete. Of course it is not concrete. Jesus Christ, why is this happening? Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing it. But I think we can go ahead, or maybe I should put them on opposite ends of the village. One thing I do not like is how narrow these alleys are. And they're very twisty, so it actually would be a bad idea to come from this end, because there's no actual entryway into the village from that direction. Only this way and sort of this way in a winding path. Shit! What is causing that? I'm so sorry. I'm wondering if I'm accidentally hitting a hotkey. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. And actually this is not fine, because I cannot enter through there. So let's move them, I guess, over here, and we will come around into this entrance. It's a tricky village to take. Alright. Here we go. Start to come that way. I don't like how spread out that is. Alright, that's fine. Now, some Numidian javelin there. So the peasants are going to be going in first each time, so they could just take the missile fire. I do have my own Numidian mercenaries, not Nubian. Getting my nuz mixed up. You know, these javelin men are so weak, I am tempted to just charge in with these mercenaries, but really these mercenaries are just those javelin men on horseback. That's all they really are. So the peasants will be enough. Wow, already blinking. Are they going to rout after just one volley? Okay, so let's get the peasants in. Because also, if they're engaged in combat, that means they can't throw javelins of their own. So attack them with your tridents, my mighty peasants of Egypt. Yeah, they've already broken. Fantastic. Alright. So we're gonna be bringing these guys around here. Okay, there we go. Stop, and just keep moving forward. And we're just gonna pause on this section here until the rest of my army is closer. In fact, let's go ahead and speed things up a lot here while everybody gets into position. Just keeping an eye on them, seeing what they're doing. See, like this, they're attacking me again. Let's see if I can actually run these guys down this time. They're unhappy over the casualties. So this time my Nubian mercenaries, I'm going to try to actually run them down and kill as many of them as I possibly can while they break, before they get back to the town center. And I do have to be cognizant of that general's bodyguard, but yeah, I think we actually can just eliminate this entire unit in this alley here right now. Yep, down to 8. Pretty good. Can we run down those 6 that are left or so? Yeah, 5 missile units is nothing to worry about. So let's go ahead and pull back now. Alright. Skirmishers are ready. Where are my other peasants? So peasants are going in first, as I've said before, because they are there to just take missile fire. Boy, I love the soundtrack of this game. It's good stuff. Fantastic stuff. Alright, let's start moving in slowly. The general's bodyguard is going to be the biggest thing to worry about here. Although, actually no, I think they are better armored than the Greek bodyguards are, because they're based on the Carthaginian ones, if memory serves me well. Alright, what's happening down this alley? They are sending out a fresh unit of Numidian cavalry, as well as some javelin men. So let's actually pull back the peasants. Whoa, sorry. Or actually, let's send them charging in. Why not? My own Numidians are firing their javelins. Lovely, very lovely. Victory seems certain against peasants, who would have thought? But General Kia does not care for peasants. He's kind of a dick. But they're running right into my Nubian spearmen, for whom defeat seems to be almost certain. Unfortunately, my own cavalry are getting involved in their formation, which is making it break apart a little bit on me. None of that is needed. Alright, just hold tight. Whoa, what's going on over here? I wasn't paying attention to this flank. My spearmen are breaking. And, oh no! I wasn't looking, and the Numidian general has attacked my bowmen. My peasants are breaking. A disaster happening on this front. I was so concerned with what was happening over there that I wasn't even paying attention to what his general's bodyguard was doing. So we're gonna... Alright, now my chariot scythes have cut through the horse's legs. This general is now dead. That was the biggest threat that this army had to offer, and we are actually going to run him down. Usually I would just let him run away, but it is still decent enough heavy cav, so we got to run him down. And he's running right through my spearmen. I don't think he's going to get very far. Oh, he actually did. They actually went around. Good for them. Okay, but let's go ahead and stop. Pull back my general here. Let's check in on what's going on this flank. The javelin men have broken. And the worst of it is over. There is still some Numidian cavalry. Okay, come on. Get back in formation. Let's clean this up. They are trying to charge back through. You see my phalanx wasn't ready. Okay, get those spears down, boys! There we go. Just the two left. Okay. Now, let's start moving up these skirmishers again. Actually, these guys I could probably just send into a melee, since they're out of missiles anyway. My Libyan mercenaries are also almost out. Let's move a little closer now. How many casualties has the enemy taken? About 67%. I've lost 34%. I believe that was mostly when the general's cavalry got through and forced my peasants to rout and such. Also tore up one of my bowman units. Okay, let's bring the spears down again. Another flanking attack attempt, but nothing that my general's bodyguard shouldn't be able to deal with. Yeah, Kaya does not fear anything. He doesn't afraid of anything. Skirmishers are going to get caught up in the melee here. Wait a minute. They've actually left their town center unguarded. So let's get my own spearmen in there so I can just take control of the center. Although, I believe in Rome Total War I have to... Yeah, there goes my routing bowman. It wasn't my bowman? I think it was. Or was it something else? But yeah, one of my units is routed. Okay, unfortunately in Rome Total War you actually have to kill everybody in the town center before it'll count it as you controlling it. Oh no, and my Nubians have routed. So have my spearmen. That's okay, we're slowing things down now. Here comes my peasant unit, way out of position. All these phalanx decided to get out their spears. Okay, now I mean their swords. So we're gonna get right there and block this alleyway from any reinforcements, and we're just gonna let the timer run out. My bowmen are actually defeating in melee combat these Numidian cavalry. Interestingly enough. Don't rout on me, though. Don't rout. Rally, men. Rally. And that's just fine. There you go. They're all routing. Okay, so kind of a sloppy fight, but we've taken Sima, or we've defeated the Numidians. We've created a buffer state out of Siwa, and I think I actually will enslave Siwa. Wait, actually, it's a large town. Oh, I thought it was just a regular town. Okay, so we'll just occupy it. How far away? Wow, maybe that wasn't a good idea after all. But I can build a port here. We're going to get a little bit more trade going on. And just prepare ourselves for the counterattack from this Nubian army. Actually, because they're coming so quickly, we're just going to build some walls so they can't just walk in like they did to me. And he's now a confident commander. He's a galloper. He gets +1 command when attacking. So well done, Kia. And I think that's all I can do right now. Let's see, nothing I want to be building in Alexandria. Maybe, yeah, nothing I can be building really. Maybe a unit of peasants, and I could lower the tax a little bit, but that's it. Okay, now what I eventually do want to do with young Amos here, the 16-year-old, he does have an understanding of strategies. I want to start farming him for some good traits. So we're going to take out these rebels later on. And gotta keep the army growing over here. Alright, let's end the turn. The Seleucid army continues to move to the east. I think that was probably a serious error on their part, because now I'm going to be able to go right at Antioch. In fact, maybe my spy will be able to open the gates for me, if I'm lucky. Alright, let's move up a little bit. Are there any mercenaries for me to hire here? No. Oh, unfortunately, my spy was unable to open the gates for me. Alright, Thrace and Macedon have gone to war. So that might stop the Macedonians from attacking the Greeks too soon. Let's go down here to Thebes. We now have the militia barracks, so I can actually build some halfway decent Nile spearmen, which are a significant improvement. Instead of 5 attack, you get 7. Better charge, but charge is usually not a big thing. But they actually wear armor and have 13 defense as opposed to 8, as well as better defensive skill. So significant improvement over the stuff that I've been building so far. And the hell with it, we're going to go ahead and build those mines. Okay, up here, I feel like I should create the ability to make some kind of infantry unit. But I don't want to build Nubian spearmen. I might just do the desert cavalry. Or I could just build chariots. Just spam chariots in here. But for now, public health bonus, because increasing the size of Alexandria is my #1 priority right now. Let's also retrain a lot of these units. No need to retrain peasants. And let's put some slingers in the army. Actually, I need a little bit more infantry. Okay. Financially, how am I doing? I'm going to be losing money next turn. A couple more turns till Salamis is ready. But Rhodes has now been left virtually unguarded. Should be very easy. Oh, what kind of mercenaries? Give me Cretan archers. Yes! Cretan archers! That's what I was hoping for. Expensive, but oh so worth it. Of course, I already make really great missile units on my own. But once Rhodes comes in, my financial troubles are going to be gone. Not that I have too many financial troubles right now. And in one more turn, I'm also going to be able to start moving these missile units up here to Sidon. They're going to meet with the spearmen. I'm going to be able to start making desert cavalry, and I can make a good, actually real army for going to war with the Seleucids. Or Seleucids. Seleucids. Okay. Let's go ahead and end the turn. And next turn, we should have a couple good battles. Nobody's attacking me. No sight of that relief army that was headed to the east. Okay, now, wasn't there somewhere else where I could have been building mines? Up here. Alright, now next turn, I'm going to be able to upgrade this town, but I think I will just throw down the money and get that done. My paved roads down here are finished, so we can begin to move them into Sidon in a single turn? No, I can't. Well, you know what that tells me? I need to build paved roads here, which I think is going to be more important than building some mines. All right, paved roads, because quick transportation through the Eastern Mediterranean is going to be extremely important. And also, the money saved is going to allow me to continue to build up my units in this area. In fact, let's see, he's a good tax assessor. Can he get down to Memphis in a turn? Yeah, we're going to start moving him down here. And how's the squalor? It's kind of getting hurt from that. Financially, we're still going to turn a profit. Okay. So a lot of campaign stuff this turn, although it did take a couple of cities. These mercenaries will still be there later. Okay, oh, we have a Seleucid navy here. And let's go ahead and take Rhodes. This will be the first attack by my faction heir, who, interestingly enough, is a better leader than my faction leader. So Khnumhotep here is a strategic expert. He has command talent, and he honors the guards as well as having a magician. So he's got pretty high influence right now. Going up against Memnon of Sparta, social drinker, superior trader, skilled bureaucrat, and intelligent, 4 command stars. Yeah, the ones that come from Sparta out of Greece, they tend to be pretty good generals. But I think this episode's gone on long enough. I'm Conquering History Games, and I'll see you in part 3.